No.
You want to do it? Let's see if you can do it. All right. Let me do it the correct way now. Just kidding. No, that was perfect. How you folks doing?
Good.
See you through the what did we call this?
We called it the jungle or something.
The jungle,
Tarantula.
the jungle of the microphone jungle.
Yeah, microphone jungle.
What's up? Is that Mina?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I'm in the house today.
Mina is in the house today, and Jeff. Well, we were talking about your business. How's the clothing line going?
Everything's going good.
Hell's bells.
Coming out with a new collection soon.
What do you mean new collection?
Like a new collection of clothes. Yeah. No more swimsuits for right now, just more clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because winter's coming up, or like winter clothes, or?
I want to say you can use them for winter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's California. We don't really have winter.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So, okay.
California winter.
Yeah.
Yes. And what's it called? You said you had some legal questions about different things going on in the world.
I mean, yeah. I got plenty, but yeah, I know. But I'm sure.
And remember, none that relate to Jeff Fox.
Right, of course.
Individually.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I mean, I think that, as a business owner, I always have business legal questions and stuff like that. And of course, there's been so much news. I mean, with your different podcast episodes coming out, like I think that there's been a lot of those questions answered, luckily. So,
yes.
So anyone
Jeff will sometimes text me in the middle of the night, hey, how do I hide this $400,000 in cash that I got from a client?
No.
From the government.
Yeah, but I'll shamelessly plug the Run It By My Lawyer podcast. So if anyone's watching that,
yes. This is where we hide money for people. No, just kidding. Yeah, so what you got going on, bro?
Oh man, I mean, business is good. We've been pushing really hard on getting some new clients in and stuff like that, and so I'm gonna have a lot of contract questions for you. It's gonna be fun.
Tell us what you do really quick.
Yeah, so I do digital marketing, videography, and recently we've been focusing a lot on breweries. So we have a lot of brewery clients.
Okay, so then like it'll be a brewery like that operates a bar or like, right? And then
they call them tasting rooms, but yes.
Tasting room. Oh, one of those. I thought it was like just a brewery that has a big bar. What are those called? Just a bar, just a brewery. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Like technically, like breweries have their own like legal classifications. They're only allowed to serve their own alcohol.
Oh, they're called
they can't.
brewery.
Yeah, and then a bar isn't allowed to produce, and so it's like there's different licenses that they need and stuff, and it's all very complicated.
What was that one time you asked me something it's like a bar has to buy the beer from only very few suppliers, right?
So like a bar owner, from what I've heard, is not allowed to just go into a Costco and purchase alcohol. Like they have to go through a licensed distributor. And so the distributors set pricing different to grocery stores, and from what I've heard, higher. So
Bars.
so like a lot of people think that like, they're charging me $10 for a shot and they can buy the whole bottle for $20. And it's like, when in fact they can't buy the bottle for $20. They have to go through a distributor and they might charge 25 or 30. And so
because they have to go to that's
legally.
Right.
And so that's a weird thing I've heard when I was.
Freaking lawyers make these stupid rules. Some
Don't
of
you
them,
hate it?
they'll say it's because so we could track who's buying what and make sure that it's the right product. And there's some people. There's this federal law. It's called diversion, which, like for example, the same bottle of beer. They could sell it to Mexico in Mexico cheaper than they'll sell it in the United States. Same exact bottle of beer, right? Or same, not same exact bottle, but same,
Right. Yeah.
But if you bring that bottle from Mexico into the United States and sell it, even though it's just the effing same, like Guinness says, all of our beer is exactly the same, right? But they'll sell it cheaper, let's say, to Mexico than they'll to the United States. So what they're worried about, and why bars have to buy them from certain distributors, is because they don't want them to go to Mexico, buy them for cheaper, than bring them here.
I mean that.
But why would that?
Yeah, right. I mean, that's all really crazy stuff to me. But
what other
they also do that with.
industry is?
Was it saying pharmaceuticals?
Yes.
Oh God.
Look at that.
Oh man.
It's notorious.
Yeah.
Like something that'll cost here in the States $3,000. You go to another country, get it for $5.
Yeah.
Like it just isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
So, but what you can't do is buy it in another country in bulk and bring it here and sell it.
Dang.
Even though it's the same
got a business idea.
from the same company. Yes, that business idea. Be careful, it'll land because you can go to prison for that. Isn't that crazy? Even though it's like, wait a minute. we're selling the same type of pill made by the same company with the same specs in the same warehouses.
Same branded, there's
everything.
not doing anything different.
Yeah, but this one is charging here like $300 and this one's $5 because it's, and you're telling me I can't go buy it in bulk and bring it here?
No.
No, they don't want, what? No. Yeah, I mean, I that's nuts. It's called diversion. That's why, so to answer your question, yes, that is miserable.
It absolutely is. I mean, and I do know people who will go down and get medical procedures done or dental procedures or buy prescription drugs in other countries. Only for themselves, not for resale.
For us in San Diego, it's Mexico because it's nearby, right? It's like they're not going to go to somewhere super far. Like, cost me $18,000 to fly there, but I got
Thailand or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. So that is the answer. That is miserable.
Indeed.
And a big NFL fan. You were telling me about that NFL question of the...
Oh, with the Washington, what are the Commanders?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Washington, I still can't say that. Washington, formerly known as the Washington Redskins.
I can't say it. That would be racist.
To say Washington Redskins? I don't know. What do you think, Mina?
It's crazy. It's madness. We're in an era of madness, I think.
I think, you're saying madness like Redskins... Are you saying it was overboard that they made them change their name? That they gave them such grief and lawsuits?
I mean, just overall in general, we're having a trend. This is a trend now to be mad or offended, and you know, it's all about the intention. So
and I don't think their intention when they kept the name Redskins was to offend people. I don't think that was their intention. And I think my theory is, where does it stop? Because Columbus Day is kind of taboo to celebrate Columbus Day, right?
Yeah, do people still celebrate that anymore?
No, it's Indigenous Peoples Day.
So all the kids have to go to school that day?
Because they don't want the name Columbus was he killed, right?
Yeah.
But the thing, dude, our nation's capital is Washington, District of Columbia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a city in Ohio, Columbus.
Right. Yeah.
Right? There's this amazing university in New York named after
Columbia University. Yeah, so are they all going to have to change?
And a country in South America. Columbia.
Yeah. I mean,
are they all going to have to change their name?
That's the question, right? Is where does it stop, right? What is some actual grievances that are reasonable and we should try not to hurt people and be offensive and things like that? And how much of it is are you really offended by a town named Columbus, or a school named Columbia? Does that actually cause you physical harm, or mental harm?
There will be 1 out of 100,000, or whatever, some sort of small number that will. Man, why did I say 1 out of 100? That was a weird little sound effect. We gotta delete that. No, 1 out of very few, right? Will be offended. So then all of a sudden, and then there's still. The San Diego State Aztecs, right? That's what the heck. But they're saying Redskins is not. It wasn't a tribe. That's just what people called.
It was
the guy's a Redskin. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
The equivalent of a slur almost, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, there's a current lawsuit against. So Washington Redskins finally just changed their name. And they didn't. And then there was a guy that trademarked a bunch of names, trying to get them. Force them to buy it from him or something, but he has to. If he doesn't use it within a year or two, then it just goes away. But anyway, so for a little while they just used Washington Football Club. Right?
I remember that.
So
that was super weird.
It was so strange, right? Yeah. And then they went to Washington Commanders. Now they got sued by a tribe saying the name not using Redskins and using Commanders is racist.
Wow.
You just can't win.
You cannot win, right? I know I can't win. Right? What do you think, Mina?
Just crazy. I feel commander is used in a lot of occupations, right? Or there's an official title for a lot of different things.
The military?
Yeah, that's what I think when I hear commander, right? Mm-hmm. But we are in a new era, I guess. So I'm not really sure what's right or what's wrong.
There's always going to be someone who's upset. And that's the thing is do you make the law so as if one person is offended, do you have to that you have to change it, or is there a certain threshold, or what's the...
What I like to say is it depends who's offended. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's a very vocal group or very, very vocal or influential, you know, things like that, then you got a bigger chance of better change your name. If it's some sort, I don't know, or, and part of it is just how vocal and how you know. In my opinion, I think it should just be voluntary. I don't think there should be like legal, you know, like there'll be like lawsuits saying, oh, this city has a statute of this and this guy, right? From whatever, the South and this. I don't think there should be law. I don't think it should be the law that forces them, you know, like in a lawsuit. I think just whatever, like a voluntary. If they want to do it, they want to do it. They want to keep it, they want to keep it, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other thing, book bans in schools. This is always, okay, let me get this straight. So there's a lot of people that are saying there should never be book bans, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, I'm a lawyer, right? So then are you telling me that for fourth graders, I could just give them like hardcore porn books? Like, yes?
No.
Oh, but that's a ban.
book ban, right.
That's a book ban. Dang it. Right? That's a book ban. So hold on.
Yeah, no, and
so book ban. Okay, so no hard. How about a book of like how to make a gun and shoot everybody?
yeah,
Right.
That's a good book, Reed.
right. I mean, because there are some
Would
books.
you ban that?
I mean,
You freaking book burner.
I know, right?
Would you ban that book? You're a book
Maybe.
burner. Jeff,
maybe.
the book burner.
Yeah, because aren't there some? There's always been some, right? Like I remember the book that was the popular one when I was a kid was the Anarchist Cookbook. That was like the one where they taught you how to make bombs and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
I remember that one too.
And like all
And it was real? Like it was,
yeah, it was a real
actually
book,
real.
and like
Jesus.
it was like everyone like you know when I was a kid like that was like you couldn't get it anywhere. It was banned, but it was like you know, and that was a long that was in the 90s or something, you know.
Okay.
And
so you would approve of that ban?
yeah, I mean
I mean, bomb. Like, what materials do you need for
Here's
bomb?
the-
Like, okay, go to
you
Home
need,
Depot.
fertilizer. No, I'm not gonna get you demonetized.
Okay, we should cut that part out.
There's, I mean, and I think
Wait. Just for the record, I'm still not monetized. You guys could subscribe and watch and help me out. I'm almost there. Okay, go ahead, sir.
like and subscribe, share
Like
this
and
video.
subscribe,
Yeah.
you know? Okay.
I think that there's also we have to figure out what the word ban actually means too, because like just not supplying it in a school library, is that banning the book? Or is that just not promoting it or not like giving it to children? Like you're not making the book illegal. You're not saying like you cannot have this book like or anything. Like you're not banning possession. You're not banning sales. You're just not putting it in a child's library.
Because then the whole point is like, okay, then a kid requests it. Then the library, does it have it? Or if not, they have like this resource where they can get it from all these other libraries, you know? I personally, it's like, come on, like nowadays, it's like you can get any book you want online. So who cares if something is banned? I mean, I might be in the minority of thought. It's like I just don't care. Like if they're gonna ban whatever, like just I don't know.
But you can
it's
you?
like who cares? Dude, it's
I feel
online.
like it's,
You know?
it's the same idea in the other direction. Can you force a library to carry a book?
Well, it's not that you're forcing them, but of course. But that's the whole point.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
if the library is saying we're no longer going to carry, you know, whatever, Dr. Seuss. Remember there was something like Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss was canceled.
What was the deal with that? Why did they cancel that?
Was he like what is that word? Like
Anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was some old book, not old, but some books where like it was somebody is like he went to like whatever it was Africa or North America or something, and then the other races were like painted like really bad. Do you know what I'm saying?
He drew them like kind of like a caricature. I do
it was
remember
something
that.
like that, right?
Yeah, and that was a very old book.
Yes,
everyone did that back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So it was something like that too. So my theory is if some school really wants to ban it, like I probably wouldn't freak out because you can get Dr. Seuss books for free online, or do you know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't bother me, man. I don't know. It bothers everybody else. And then,
but like you said, it's like pornography. There's lots of things that like have age restrictions, or just they're not going to put in a library for certain reasons. Like they're not going to put in, you know, there's probably a lot of things that aren't in the library.
Everybody agrees. I'm looking for my phone because there was a couple people that they wanted to ask questions potentially on air. Okay, so I'm just looking if they actually do. Okay, but so you both agree that there should be books that are banned.
I think that there should be books.
But the threshold is only if it's absolutely
I don't think there should be.
dangerous,
I don't think there should be any books that are illegal. I don't think a book should be like that. That speech should be illegal and books should be illegal. But I think that where the government or schools are going to what they're going to supply to their students is up to discretion of.
Well, no, but then okay. So I'm the principal, and I say, okay, I'm not going to allow any books written by whatever anti-American books.
Right.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm not going to allow it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, this book about written by whatever this slavery era and how bad it was or blah blah blah. I'm going to ban it.
Right.
So, or I'm not going to supply it. You would be against that, correct?
I think that has to be done. Like public schools are going to have different criteria because they're like what's in their libraries isn't probably going to be done by the principal. It's probably by like a school board or something
so I'm
like
a school
that.
board.
Yeah.
So the bottom,
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. Yes to what?
I forgot what the question was, but the answer is yes.
Some books have to be banned.
Yeah,
yes, in the schools, right?
In the schools, yes, but not just in public. Like you should still be able to go buy them.
I started with school books, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I would think like censor for school, but with kids, if they really want to find something and you tell them no without any good reason, then they're still gonna do it or find it. Kids are more smarter than we think.
Right, yeah.
So either way, they're going to find it and do it. But, school is a time and a place. So, they have the right to do that.
I also think it's not that big a deal because I just don't see the kids going to the library and getting a real book. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess these days.
That's a good point.
So there was a parent-teacher thing, and this was last year. My son is he's a sophomore now. This is when he was a freshman. I go to the thing, and it was like the parents would go to the class that the kids are in, right? And I was in his biology class, the biology teacher, and I remember asking, oh, hey, because I wanted to kind of follow along, see what he's doing and stuff, right? And kind of help him if he needs it. So I'm like, hey, is there a textbook to this class? And that biology teacher goes, yeah, if you want to print the internet. So I'm just like, I don't know if they read physical. I know. Man. I was so annoyed with her.
This is high school?
This is high school, yeah. She said it all like,
There's no books anymore?
It was a bummer.
Just like look at it, you're like...
And then when I slashed all her tires, I hurt my thumb. And to this day, it hurts a little bit.
Yeah. But it hurts so good.
It hurts I know. It's pain that I enjoy.
Yeah.
All right, so what did you think about Russell Brand? We were talking about this before we went on air. I think he's a funny comedian.
He is a funny dude.
He was in a lot of funny movies. I remember back in the day.
What movies did you like of Russell Brand?
I mean, I don't really remember. I just remember like his character. Like he was always like a charismatic, like funny dude, like doing really crazy stuff on television.
Now, ironically, his character was very like free sex, like open.
Wasn't he like a hippie dude or something?
Yeah. He was also in the Despicable Me movies. I love it.
Was?
Yeah, he was Dr. Nefario or whatever they do his name. Yeah, that's
okay. That kind of makes sense because of the voice.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't connect the two.
Yeah, because I actually love Despicable Me movies.
Like the
my
Minions?
kids, I love it. I love it. I love Despicable Me. The first one is my absolute one of my favorite movies. Yeah. So then, what did he? Okay. He was. Some people complained that he sexually assaulted them, right?
It's a valid complaint.
That's a valid. Of course. It is 100% valid complaint. Okay, and then so he had a very big, for example, like a YouTube channel, and he was getting a lot of money from YouTube. Must be nice.
Maybe almost as much as the Joe Samo.
Run it by my lawyer. It was a lot more. So that they canceled him completely. They threw him off, right? They demonetized him.
Wow, already?
Yeah,
his whole channel immediately.
That's crazy because he's been doing that for like about like 10 years or maybe even more now. Like he does that more than being in movies these days.
6.5 million subscribers or something like that. Like
that's like 6.5 million more than me.
That's I mean margin of error, yeah. But if you're gonna do rounding,
Wait a minute, sorry, that's 6.6 million.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna round up, yeah.
So I mean the bottom line, this is happening a lot, right? To people, like if it's there'll be an allegation and then they'll be like canceled. In my opinion, I think it's innocent until proven guilty. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That was always like kind of the founding principle of the country, right? Is that you're innocent until proven guilty. And but like
what?
That
word.
You heard that word. I mean, I definitely think that like I don't put it past a company to make those decisions, right? That's their platform. They don't have to monetize anybody. They have like their own terms of service and stuff. And if in their terms of service they say we can demonetize you for conduct outside the platform and stuff like that, you know, like. But I just, it feels like if this all turns out to be manufactured and then you basically destroy this person's life, you know, like what, like is YouTube going to compensate him for his missed revenue and stuff like that? Like you get all the negatives from it, but like, you know, you don't get any, they're not going to come back and, you know, remonetize you. And I heard, like, I know the recent news was he wasn't demonetized on a platform like Rumble or one of those platforms. And so a lot of companies are now boycotting that platform for not demonetizing Russell Brand. Like it's like this huge like chain of...
it follows you everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
He did this denial video. Like I denied these accusations and it's false and it's not fair, you know? And the to me, what I think is not cool is YouTube has that like posted and has like tons of views. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's like,
yeah, they're getting all the views and
See, my theory, and the theory that I'm about to say is the courts have never agreed, and it wouldn't be worth it for me to try this, you know, because they won't agree. But YouTube, for example, like, you know, they merged with Google, like, or Google bought YouTube, whatever, right? And then they buy all these other search things, and Google is Google, and they have everything, right? And a lot of the competition is, you know, they merge, right?
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, it's, you know, and if we're going to allow them to merge and it's not going to be an antitrust violation, it's almost like they should have a little bit. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, well, I'm screwed because the government allowed Google, like, it was Google's the top search engine and YouTube is the second. And they freaking merged. Like, so people just don't have, you see what
you let them kind of monopolize the market, and now there's no room for there to be competitors and alternatives and stuff like that. Like, there's, like, you're not, even if he probably makes some money on Rumble, but I doubt it's anywhere near as much as he makes on YouTube.
Right. And even if he's like, oh yeah, I still make 4 million, I want to make 18. Like, I mean, he's got the right to. I think, and then the goofy part is like, but if you're in Congress or you're a senator, they could be criminally filed for fraud or bribery or lying in your candidacy, like that Santos or the Menendez, you know, bribery and And they keep their job.
They keep their job.
And they're running our country.
Yeah.
And they can keep their job until either they're voted out or until they're found guilty. And being found guilty could take 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, I think that there's got to be a little bit of like room in there. I mean, if the allegations are true, like lock him up, right? Like put him in, you know what I mean?
Nobody would dispute that.
And so,
if he's found guilty, right?
Yeah. But like, you know, you are innocent until proven guilty, and like and there's so many people in the exact same situations, or that are, you know, that the reason that he's being called to the front is like, I'm skeptical to think it's not because that he's like an anti, you know, power kind of political figure that like is against the big government and like, you know, the political parties. And so it's hard. I'm a little pessimistic on this, where it's like, if this was someone who was not as in the public eye or something like that, would they get the same treatment? If it was a politician, would they get the same treatment? Like, or are they saving this kind of treatment for specific people? And it's not that I think that makes it any more or less likely that he's guilty. It's just that it makes me not trust people's intentions.
Got it.
The people that are and like the people on the news that are, you know, lobbying for him to be demonetized.
I know that. I got a question from a viewer. Okay, what's up with Joe Biden's dog biting 11 people, including Secret Service agents? Whoa!
Oh my God!
What do you think, Mina?
How did you get 11? To 11? How did he make it there, or she, whatever the gender of the dog is? How did they make it there to 11 people?
I mean, You want to talk about like, people not getting the same treatment. If our dog bit one person, they'd probably have like.
You guys have a dog, right?
Yeah, we would. Like they'd probably don't they make you put your dog to sleep if it's biting people?
If it's one person, it could. Two, almost definitely.
Yeah, 11.
What kind of dog is it? Do you know?
It was like a German Shepherd, right?
Because I mean, like
police dog.
I mean, I get the optics of having the president have to put his dog to sleep for biting people is really, really bad.
Dude,
that's bad for the country.
dog's
Just
name.
in general.
Yeah,
The dog's name is Commander.
No.
Not a full circle moment.
Oh my God, that was not intended. That is when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, Commander bites again. Biden's
What a
dog
title.
has snipped another Secret Service officer.
Jeez.
And what really is upsetting is that if it's a Secret Service officer getting like really badly injured, it's the federal government that has to pay for all of
Right.
that.
So taxes and
unbelievable. Yeah, 11 people. Oh my God, the officer has been
What did they do to the dog? Why
The
is
German
he?
Shepherd is known to have bitten several
The first 10
agents,
times.
a total of 10 times.
Why is he so mad?
Oh my God! And then there was one lawsuit
That's so bad.
one lawsuit was filed over this. Oh, Judicial Watch. It's a company or it's an entity. They might be a nonprofit, but they watch like if our money's being wasted, like taxpayer money. So they filed a lawsuit saying, "Why the hell are you keeping this dog?"
Yeah.
I can't believe it. All right, Biden, that really sucks. All right, get rid of the dog. Like have him go somewhere.
It's just
you
such
don't
bad
kill him, but
optics,
just have
man.
him go
Every
somewhere.
home.
And while you're at it, Biden, what's up with the gas prices?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
$7?
We live in San Diego. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, folks. So I
Thanks for
enjoyed
having
it.
us.
Yeah,
A lot
so
of fun.
hopefully next week again. We're at it right over here through the jungle. Thank you so much, my friends. I'll see you next week. Go do the thing. Like that.
I did one too many.
I think
Yeah,
so.
you
I think
did.
so. Okay.